Hey, let's watch this video. Speaking of TBC Investments, is it too late to invest for TBC? I don't know. Let's watch. Let's find out. Let's see. Guys, when I hit play, you guys hit pog. 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome back to another World of Warcraft TBC Classic Investments video. Today we'll talk about why it's still profitable to buy or invest for Classic WoW.
Wait, nice thumbnail. What do you mean? Do I have a fucked up Twitch thumbnail? Let me see. There it is. Yep, that's a good one. That's a good one right there. Excellent. Okay, let me see.
TBC, and why it's not too late for you to invest into items for TBC and cash in on some nice profit. So first of all, Elixir of Demon Slaying, free action potions, living action potions, and swiftness potions are used.
So we talked about 2 of these today on the podcast, right? Free action potions retain their value and their usefulness in TBC. Oh, hey, I muted alerts.
Throughout the entirety of TBC and will be relevant for the entire expansion. And people cannot possibly stockpile enough of them unless they have several accounts.
Wait, I'm sorry to pause again. This was the thumbnail? Jesus. Okay. Great. Okay.
Fill the banks of these items.
Okay.
Invest in Elixir of Demon Slaying, free action potion, living action potion, or swiftness potions, and/or the materials needed to craft these consumables.
Makes you immune to stun and movement impairing effects. Also removes it. These 2 here are your most valuable. You know what's interesting about Elixir of Demon Slaying? In Karazhan, not many opportunities to use this. What is it? Ilhoof and Malchazar? I think. In Tier 4 content, you have Gruul, Mulgar, no. Magtheridon, yes, you can use this on Magtheridon. Even in T5 content. In T5 content, there's like a couple bosses as well. It's more so T6 and especially Sunwell Plateau. So, against demons. Isn't Nightbane undead? Is Nightbane a demon or is he undead? I forget. I'll take your... it's Rec. I'll take your word for it. This, I'm telling you, is a really good investment, and the longer you hold it, probably the more it's going to go up when you think about it, okay?
And you will most definitely make a profitable return
on
your investment.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
One note is that a lot of people are investing in this, and will probably dump their stock early in TBC, so it might not be profitable at all for the first 6 months.
I did
but
forget
since they are used throughout the entire expansion, if you can keep them for later...
I'm actually angry you reminded me. Hyjal is the worst raid ever made. I do my best to get Hyjal out of my brain and not think about it, and then you had to remind me. Let's continue.
Later, you should see a decent return. Obviously, if everyone who invests also watch this video and switches their tactic around, so nobody dumps their stock early, you will make more profit by dumping early. The point is, these consumables are used throughout the entirety of the Burning Crusade, so if you don't make profit during the first couple of months, hold on to them and don't panic sell unless you see a profit you're happy with. It's all about finding out when other people are not dumping their stock, so you can dump yours. Next up is inflation. Gold is incredibly easy to obtain in TBC, even as a casual player, as you'll get tons of gold from quests, daily quests, and dungeons. As more gold is circulating in the economy...
By the way, if we get TBC how it was back in the day, we don't even have daily quests until patch 2.1, which would be phase 2 of TBC probably. Right? Like the Shatari Skyguard dailies, the Ogre Lord dailies, Netherwing dailies, these were actually not in the game when it came out. So I would speculate phase 1 TBC, which is tier 4 content, we probably don't even have dailies.
And the average player has more gold, prices will naturally go up. A lot of people might be dungeon leveling as well to do their quests at level 70, as that way quests will give you extra gold instead of experience, and this extra gold is actually quite valuable, and especially if you're a solo player, it can be quite decent gold per hour.
Okay, let me ask you this, like, everyone always hears about this idea of, try to save all of your Outland quests and not do them until you're 70, so that when you're 70 you can double back and do them all and get two times the normal gold value, right? I think everyone talks about that. once you're 70, is that even fucking worth it? Or are you just better off to go do an actual gold farm? Like, I feel like it probably just like go, okay, the rep too. No, the rep is in there too. Yeah, that makes it worth it. Yeah, okay. So really, at that point, the focus is the rep, and the gold is kind of the byproduct. The real reason you do it is the rep. You make 2k gold from it. Yeah, but it's like 2k gold for like fucking, I don't know, like 24 hours of doing quests, right? So, I don't know. But your rep is a big deal.
As well. And it's
Anyway.
raw gold, so it's literally just pumping inflation into the economy. A lot of people that are investing in materials are actually investing for themselves and not intending to sell it. Several high-end guilds have stockpiled thousands of elixirs of slaying for their own needs and are not intending to sell for profit, but instead use it for themselves. This means that a lot of people that actually look like investors...
Do you get more rep at 70? No, you only get more gold if doing the quest at 70. It's the same amount of rep, flat. You know, hold up, pause, okay? Hold your horses. In vanilla, let's say there's a level 20 quest that gives 100 rep with Stormwind if you do the quest. If that quest is gray, like you come back to do the quest, and the quest is gray, it bottoms out at 20% of the original rep value. So rather than, let's say I do the level 20 quest at level 60 to come back and try to get my Stormwind rep, I would get 20 rep rather than 100 rep. I forget if that's the case in TBC. Though in TBC, if you're 70 doing a quest in Zangarmarsh, it's not going to be gray. It would be green. I don't know. Like, you might run into some gray quests like in Zangarmarsh and Hellfire, but you're definitely gonna lose rep if you come back and do all the quests at 70. Huh. Unless they change the way that works in TBC, but I kind of don't think they do. You're probably better off to do, as far as the rep is concerned, do a lot of those quests when you're leveling. Though counterpoint. This is a counterpoint to the counterpoint that I just made. You can just get that rep by farming dungeons at 70 anyway. Who fucking cares about the quests?
IDK if you remember me.
Thank you very much.
Or gold makers are actually just hoarding for themselves, and there are less people investing for profit than you actually think, which means there will also be less competition for selling the items than you might think. For example, over the last 3 months, the price of ghost mushrooms have gone up by 600%, as this is...
The price of ghost mushrooms have gone up 600%?
Oh,
what the? No way. What? On what server? Wait, just... Hey, it might be fucking Mardon time, boys, okay? Wait. Ghost mushroom. Hey, this is like the same as it's always been for a long time. Okay, whatever, who cares? Whatever.
Used to craft elixir of demon slaying.
Like 1 gold.
Does this mean that everyone who has bought this are doing it with the intention of...
Glad I got 100 of them. You have 100 gold.
...selling them later for profit? No. A lot of people will be using these for themselves, meaning that the supply will be super low later in TBC, and as the demand will always be there, the prices will go up even further at some point. A lot of people have either been out of the loop for a long time as they quit Classic early, or they didn't even play Classic at all. TBC will bring back a lot of players that previously quit, and it will...
You know what occurred to me? At current gold buying prices, if you were going to be an RMT Andy, I spend about 1,000 gold a week to raid next Rammus on my Warlock. I'm spending like $40, $41, $42 a week to raid next Rammus. Every time I go in next Rammus for a raid, I spend $42 to do next Rammus. Think about that. Fucking crazy, right? Crazy, dude.
Will also bring in completely new players, and many of these players will not have invested at all, and they are potential customers. Never underestimate how many people don't invest ahead of time, and also never underestimate how many new people a new expansion brings in. I like to compare this type of investment to something like Bitcoin or crypto.
This is another investment, ideology. It's like, ask yourself, there's going to be so many new players, they don't have a lot of gold, they're noobs, they're going to be 58 boosters. What are these people going to need? What are the fresh cucks gonna want to buy? What can you sell the fresh cucks to make a ton of money? They're a huge demographic. There's a huge market of them, right? What do the fresh cucks need? There you go. Think about it. Easy money.
Some quote professionals claimed it would never go above 20k. I mean, some people even claimed it would never go above 5k. And now it's over 50k. And yeah, if people keep coming to the crypto market and new people learn about Bitcoin, the price will keep going up, and that's what's been happening lately.
Skullflame Shield is literally fucking Bitcoin of Classic WoW. I have 8 of these. I bought them for less than 500 gold each. Now, dude, it's not even pre-patch. Now, 1,500 gold. Unfucking believable.
It's the same with TBC Investments, and just because something has gone up by 600% doesn't mean it won't go up by another 600%.
What's up, Rixie? Hey, dude.
Also, never underestimate how lazy some people can be.
Lazy?
Investments are pretty much always about lazy people. Some people just don't bother investing at all, and they take everything when it comes out. So instead of setting themselves up for the next phase, they just play the current phase. And
that's very true. Most people are like that. Has Blizzard talked about gold caps? Hey, good news. Actually, terrible news. There are no gold caps. There are no item caps. Everything you have, all of your gold, all your items, you can bring it with you into TBC. Get farming, buddy.
And don't care anything about the next phase. And this is true for a lot of people. I actually did a similar test for phase 6 of Classic WoW myself, investing in several different materials needed in phase 6 as short as 2 weeks before phase 6 launched, with the intention of testing in the market and seeing if investing late was worth it or not, as people claimed it was way too late to invest.
Second most Norwegian accent after Laddie. Dude, I miss playing with Europeans, man. Like, can I give you guys some credit, okay? Europeans. North American raiders, a lot of the time, they're such fucking babies. They complain. They can't take any verbal abuse. I feel like in European raiding guilds, you know, you guys are down to be verbally abused. You guys spread it around. Like it's all fucking banter too. Okay, like I remember raiding in European guilds on private servers, and someone would fuck up. Hey, fucking stay safe. You stupid fucking burger brain retard. Has the fucking lard in the hamburgers gone to your fucking brain? You fucking dumbass. And it's funny, like, you know, it's funny, dude. I miss playing with Europeans and, like, American raiding guilds. Everyone's a fucking pussy, kind of. It's kind of sad.
For phase 6,
you know?
Even 2 months before it came out. When I invested, the prices of everything had more than quadrupled since the first time they said it wasn't worth it. But I still made profit. And I actually ended up doubling.
Yeah, by the way, I edited out all of the gamer words, okay?
My gold, even when I invested 2 weeks before phase 6 came out. My strategy was to let everyone else dump their investments early, and when the supply dries up, I'll dump mine. Because the items needed for phase 6 will be in demand for all of phase 6, and as time goes on, people have more gold because of inflation, so I just held on to my items and I managed to double my gold. Now TBC doesn't have a release date yet, and best case scenario, it will be out in some months. So if I manage to double my gold by investing 2 weeks before phase 6, I think you'll be fine by investing for TBC. Once again, it's all about knowing when to sell and not panicking, and knowing what's in demand and why it's in demand.
Yep, that's very true.
Now Blizzard themselves have said that they
like, okay, a lot of like the top super brain gold farmers or preppers are not going to tell you what their investments are because it'll undermine their own profit margins, right? But I'll tell you, like, look at the items that are going to be used, and you can take a couple hours and sift through a TBC database. Look at a lot of the top items people are going to want, and look at whatever materials you can get right now that might contribute. Like, what can you farm now that's going to still have value in TBC? Or, you know, think about phase 2 of TBC. What can you get in phase 1 of TBC right now that might be cheap, that's going to be super valuable in phase 2 of TBC? And if you just kind of think about it like that, like, you know, what are people going to need later that they don't need now so much? Easy
are
money.
Looking to make some changes.
Because a lot of people don't think ahead,
itself,
right?
And we have already seen them making changes to the drums. So, for example, investing in leather won't be as profitable as we originally thought. And something else might happen as well to make some other investments. flop as well, and that is why I suggest you don't put all of your eggs into one basket. So you can invest into several different things, and instead of going all in on one investment, try to diversify as much as possible. Invest in some leather, sure, because leatherworking might still be good. Invest in some ores and bars for blacksmithing, jewel crafting and engineering. Invest in some classic herbs as well for alchemy. Invest in some cloth for tailoring. And basically just diversify your investments as much as...
You know what we're gonna do, okay? I've spent the last, I don't know, month and a half kind of getting my alts ready, and we're almost done. Like, my fourth and final 60 is the warrior. We need to wrap up and get all the professions taken care of on those characters. That's like a day or two of work, leveling professions on those characters. And then we're going to spend probably the rest of the time playing Classic. We're going to do some insane fucking farming streams. Like, we're going to take the prop paladin and probably get a ton of...
How to prep for TBC. Invest in cloth, leather, and GME.
Get a bunch of cloth. We're gonna probably go get a bunch of ghost mushrooms. We're gonna get like we're just gonna fucking turn on some side trance and just go farm. Probably for the rest of Classic and get some shit sorted, and make sure we have all of our investments covered. Because pretty soon, within the next couple days, the alts are gonna be done. The professional alts are gonna be done. That's probably what's on the horizon. Okay, let's finish this video here.
As possible. So if you're looking to invest in some classic WoW items to sell in TBC for profit, it's definitely not too late. It's just about knowing what's in demand and why it's in demand, as well as knowing when to sell. If you know something is in demand throughout the entire TBC expansion, you don't have to sell it in phase 1.
I need to buy 4 epic mounts? No. Like, I don't need to buy any epic flying mounts in TBC, because what I'm gonna do is just get a gladiator on all 4 of my characters, which is gonna give me a free epic flying mount. So rather than spending 20,000 gold, I'm just going to spend 0 gold and just get Gladiator on all 4 of my characters.
So there's no time crunch. However, if you know something is only in demand in phase 1, you know you have to sell it during phase 1, and you have a deadline for selling those items. Also, if you're looking for some advice on which items to invest in, I will leave links to both my TBC Investments
Solheim
videos
has a lot
in
of
the
good
description,
videos.
as well as a pinned comment, as I've made 2 videos talking about which items you can invest in and most likely make profit with. And that is basically it for the video.
Here's Solheim's video. Go check out his YouTube channel. Very, very good channel. Very, very good preparation advice.